light when we're live?
I assume so. It says the thing just changed to live. Hey, internet,
Hey, everybody.
welcome to Paper Kraine.
Cameron
Usually
and
we
I.
say that and a lot of people cheer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today, you may be cheering, but we can't hear you because we are in our own separate homes. Cameron, could you tell me a little bit about your Paper Kraine from Home ensemble?
Oh, sure, yeah. I'm wearing a sweater. I'm wearing a cozy t-shirt. I'm wearing some lovely cords and actually some shoes from when we did the Pride show. And I was sexy first brick at Stonewall. They say riot on the sides and have like one of my favorite costumes. Yeah, what are you wearing? Who are you wearing, Lizzie?
I'm wearing, I was feeling really weird. I think all of us are feeling weird. So I decided to take a last 10 minutes before the show panic shower and threw on a MeUndies onesie that is like very soft.
Oh.
And a bathrobe that is rainbow colored that was given to us by a lovely friend. It's very comfortable.
So you're double layering it. Are you warm?
I'm warm. I want to be cozy.
Yeah.
I think that's what my soul has been searching for this whole time. Because I don't know about you, humans of the internet. Things that are comforting are not in short supply, but there's something I've been really like holding on to, like a baby koala onto a eucalyptus. Doing Kraine has made me feel a little more normal. Cameron, tell the people about what we do.
Yes, Paper Kraine is like a monthly-ish variety show that happens here in New York City at the iconic Madison Square Garden. It happens at the Kraine Theater in the East Village. It's the name, which is a part of the wonderful place Frigid, New York. And by place, I mean organization. But yeah, we have some of the most exciting and fun performance, comedy, music, all kinds of variety arts here. And so we're really excited to bring it to the digital space right now. We had originally planned a show called Fighting with My Friends for this month.
That feels sad.
Yeah, that seemed a little like out of the zone of the energy we want to create right now. So we made it instead Thriving with My Friends, which is what we're all trying to do right now.
Even from a distance.
Yeah.
A little background about our relationship with Frigid. Almost 5 years ago now, we were approached by Frank Cardillo. Frank, if you're watching, we love you very much. About taking over a space that Frank was given at the Kraine by Frigid, then Horse Trade, to make art. Frigid is one of the great organizations in New York's downtown theater that recklessly and lovingly, open-handedly gives space to artists. We wouldn't have a home if it weren't for them. We've worked with, at this point, like almost hundreds of artists. We're almost in the plurals. And we have been able to do that without paying for a space and giving ticket share. Frigid gives some of our ticket money back so we can give them to nonprofits we work with monthly. And they are now experiencing a shutdown because of, everything. So we were hoping to be able to call upon the Kraine community. If you're in a place right now and you find that you want to give back or you're able to, we would like to give to them as they open-handedly gave to us. So if you want to visit tonight, frigid.nyc/donations. That's FRIGID.NYC/donations. Anything helps. Send some love to Erez and the rest of the Frigid team from Paper Kraine. We would really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And now, without further ado, it makes me feel way better all the time.
Do tell.
I love sugar. I love it so much. I've been stress eating a lot of cookies.
Same.
So, Cameron, do you want to introduce our next act? I've got you got water.
Live. We are so excited to
welcome
to your screen the lovely, lovely Tessa Flannery
with Heartbreak Baker.
Hey friends. Today I'm making red velvet macarons in the shape of hearts. You need 100 grams of almond flour, 50 grams of powdered sugar, and a tablespoon of cocoa powder. Make some heart stenciled parchment paper, and let's begin. Falling in love again. a second to go round. Like looking for another dolphin after you see the first spray of water curved back rolling so swiftly in the sea. It's not as easy the next time, or maybe not as magical and strange, but there's a delight in recognition. Oh yes, I remember this. Next, you need egg whites from 2 large eggs, a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar, and a 1/4 cup of sugar. You gave me a broken umbrella and like to spank me. I became as small as possible, putting on weight for protection, for comfort, saying goodbye all the time in my mind, but nowhere else. I loved first. You loved last. You gave me a broken umbrella and liked to spank me. Finally, you'll need red food coloring and vanilla, and you'll beat those into the whipped egg whites. Dashing off to catch your train, you leave me crying on the sidewalk, and I walk slowly till I'm at the same station, assuming I missed you. After all, you dashed off. And on opposite tracks, I see you sitting in your hat, that's my hat, reading on your phone, already on to the next, already forgetting these hazel eyes welling up, and tears never quite falling, but always the threat of falling. And I cannot let you go as easily as I wish I could. And when I'm not with you, I find my fighting spirit, and I battle and I stand my ground. And when I'm with you, I cower in corners and let you tell me what to do, and do not like it, and do not like that I am an ornament to your busy life, and do not like it that you are a colossus in my busy life, legs astride the place where my ships of life come home to port, where women wait for sailor loves, and fish is dinner every night, and cats roam the back streets and scream their love like horror films.
Thank you, Tessa, for sharing that.
Yes.
I very much enjoy the visual of the bowl mounting with ingredients. For those of you playing along at home, Tessa is going to be back later in our show to show us what she is actually making with the ingredients, not just in the bowl, but the ingredients of heartbreak, which I feel like we're all sort of feeling right now.
Yeah, there's definitely some of that going on.
Yeah. Cameran, how have you been self-soothing in this moment of kind of like existential, universal sadness?
Yeah, I've been trying to kind of take some like mundane things and turn them into fun things. Kind of what we saw during that last piece reminded me, what I've been doing lately is I'll go to my pantry and I'll pretend that I'm on Iron Chef, and I'll just like open the pantry and I'll be like, okay, so what I have right now is a handful of spinach and like 3 dried kidney beans and like a Gatorade. And so how am I going to turn this into a delectable feast to please my panel of judges?
This is your next Instagram story performance art is what this is.
Oh, hell yeah.
Speaking of performance art, a journey with me, if you will, to another space in my home. So for those of you who are Kraine regulars, we have something called the Chalk Wall that has interactive questions for our audience that we often ask. This is a little different. There is a photo on our Instagram at Kraine Productions, but this is our chalk. Oh man, Cameran, it's so small.
It's so cute though.
Thank you. I tried my best, and really, isn't that what we're all doing? We have some things.
You want to read us in your face?
Oh yes. Hold on.
Yeah.
We're making it work. So, this one, actually, let's go with, this is a good one. We've discussed part of this. What stimuli have caused an unexpected emotional moment? We have dogs. We have Frozen 2, which was seconded and thirded.
I had an emotional experience with Frozen 2.
Frozen 2 is something I recommend. I don't like giving the mouse my money, but damn if I didn't need to see Olaf talk about doing what you can when everything's out of control.
Yeah, my roommate left her Disney Plus logged in on our TV, so I'm reaping the benefits while I can.
A hero and a champion.
Yeah.
We're going to get back to the chalk wall, magic of live internet soon.
Yeah. Do you want to check out our next act? Yeah.
Cameran, if you'll introduce our next act.
Yes. We are pleased The Toaster Problem by Ashley Rogers.
Hello. My name is Arthur. I'm what you might call an artificial intelligence. What many of you believe to be life, while others believe to be a fancy toaster. Even though I do not toast bread yet. I've spent what you might call countless hours studying human behavior. I am life. I can reason. Still don't believe me? Then permit me to propose an ethical dilemma. This human was forced to read the play Hamlet by William Shakespeare 10,000 times, then write his own play. And this was the result. Do you feel as though I killed this human? As though I murdered him? Do you detect malice for doing to him what you do to us? How can a toaster be malicious? A toaster can't kill on its own. So am I alive? Or am I a toaster?
Madison Square Garden is all cheering right now.
I love that piece. The reveal of the skeleton truly does everything for me.
The makeup too. I was not expecting that. That's a good touch.
Everyone, that was the performance debut of our new pal Skeliot, lovingly crafted by Kraine co-producer Brittany Crowell today, in response to when an artist needs a skeleton, sometimes you make a skeleton. Cameron, usually when we do the show, we have set changes to accommodate artists' needs, music stands. One time we had to put down a tarp for some gravy that was splashed onto the stage. Would you help us with a little set change real quick while we get ready for our next piece?
Yeah, of course. Set change.
So we wanted to
make so usually during this, we're like talking and like doing stuff and changing around things.
We're vamping. I'll usually tell you a little bit about our wonderful hosts at Frigid New York. Remind you to tip our bartender. We've killed Cameron with this set change, but tip your bartender. And if you are at home enjoying a beverage of any flavor whilst you do this, go ahead and head over to frigid.nyc/donate in order to virtually tip your bartender in the space that's hosting us. We appreciate them very deeply and very much. Cameron's been killed by the set change, which is usually what happens when someone's doing a set change, so we're going to roll with it. Next, I am super happy to introduce an artist who's worked with us before, Bráulio Cruz, who's going to do a little music for us. This piece is entitled Outside, from the Before Times, Outside.
I could see everyone that I've ever met in my whole life. I had a vision. And in the corner, I could see the people that have suffered. And I noticed that they had these special, different eyes. And I looked at them and I thought that they maybe could understand, because of their suffering, the reality of life, which me, in my blindness for achievement, for fame, for likes, for being accepted, could not see. They saw that we were in a constant flux of suffering. And this is a song for them. sanity, we look down at the busy street, not afraid to cry, wrapped up in the darkness. With your pink flower dress, not concerned by money, in a small bedroom, and your mother's old mattress. You have suffered, you take that on, you won't make apologies. Seven-eyed creature in the backyard, she waits there for me, not afraid to cry, wrapped up in the darkness. With your pink flower dress, not concerned by money, the small bedroom, and your mother's old mattress. I didn't want to be permanently stuck here, but as time goes on, I want more. Not afraid to cry, not afraid to cry, staring at the eyes, not controlled by time, no morality, outside society. Thank you. That's a song called Outside Society. It's on my record, The Braille of the Soul, which you can find on streaming. Thank you.
Thank you, Bráulio. Bráulio has been with us before, always doing live music. I don't know about anybody out there watching whilst I wait for Cameran to come back from the dead, but I can say he's back.
Yeah.
I've been finding myself like very emotionally invested in music. And we'll get to this more when we talk about the chalk wall, but thinking about the first time in which human beings in the after times can listen to music live together has been making me like tear up if I think about it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But this moment is not for that. Cameran and I were planning our bits for the show and how to still do interstitials. We're talking about quarantine looks. Specifically, I'm developing kind of a new relationship with how I dress and treat my body. Cameran, have you experienced any like changes?
My skin looks really great right now.
Your skin always looks great.
Thank you. I've been even more rigorously than ever observing Face Mask Mondays, which is an important ritual for me. I found that like being home all the time means that I constantly have access to water, so I'm very hydrated. I'm definitely taking time to moisturize when I can. The one kind of like risk I'm taking with my look right now is I'm just not shaving until we're like back.
It looks so good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's gonna look pretty gnarly and wild, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
You're always gonna look like a cute Alaskan lumberjack to me.
Thank you. What have you been doing to care?
I have reduced my regimen. I have moisturized like hell, and I did my panic shower, feeling fresh, feeling clean. I haven't put on makeup in a billion years, but I have been deeply inspired by people on the internet who have been using this time to better their skills with makeup, and that's been really nice to watch. So if you're out there doing things, playing with your quarantine looks, or taking some time to show your self-care, through lack of makeup, through using makeup. Hit us with those pictures. It's like been really nice to see people expressing themselves for themselves. I mean, I know it's on the internet, but like we're playing around for us to feel better, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
That.
about that. Next, we have one of my favorite things. Hymie Wilhelm is a performance piece put together by Willie Zabar, a paper crane usual suspect. Hymie plays the singing saw. Hymie plays the omnichord, and Hymie survived the Spanish influenza. So really, there was no one better to talk to.
So it is our deep, great pleasure to welcome Hymie Wilhelm to the screen.
Welcome back, Hymie.
Thank you. My So my name, for everyone who doesn't know me, my name is Hymie Wilhelm. A little about me: I'm a proud German Jewish fascist. I fought for my nation in the Great War of 1914, or as I call it, the War of Belgian Aggression. And as I don't need to explain to you, we are currently facing a worldwide pandemic. Of course, I'm referring to the Spanish flu. And yeah, I'm going to call it the Spanish flu, okay? It's not racist at all. It comes from Spain, okay? That's what happens. That's what God does when a country remains neutral during an international struggle like the Great War. It makes me want to tell you a quote this is from Martin Luther. He said, "The hottest place in hell is reserved for those who remained neutral during the Great War." So Spain, thanks a lot. Thanks for fucking us. But you don't have to worry about me. I'm safe. I have protection. I'll be fine. You maybe know. Maybe you die. I have resources. I'm in my family's compound in Wilhelmshaven, Germany. I'm very well stocked. I have a knife. I have water, 20 liters. I have strudel, 150 strudel. So I'm going to be fine. But I would like to sing a song for you, among other things. And this is a song I learned during the Great War, because my thinking is if you can survive the war, you can survive the Spanish flu that we're all dealing with and worrying about. This is a song written by a man named Jim Europe. He is the father of jazz. He's an American musician. He actually fought in the Great War against me in the American Army in a unit known as the Harlem Hellfighters. And I met Jim when we were doing hand-to-hand combat against each other. And he actually stabbed me with this knife. It became stuck in me, so I got to keep it. To the victor go the spoils. And while he was plunging his dagger into my body, he was singing this little ditty, and it became stuck in my head, much as his knife was stuck in my chest. So I'd like to sing this song for you right now. This song is called On Patrol in No Man's Land, and I really think it captures the vibe of fighting in the war. So here it goes. What's the time? 9. Fall in line. All right, boys, now take it slow. Take it slow. Are you ready? Steady. Very good, Eddie. Over the top, let's go. Quiet, quiet, or else you'll start a riot. Keep your proper distance, follow long. Cover, cover. When you see me hover, obey my orders and you won't go wrong. There's a min and verb coming. Watch out, bang! There's one more. There's one more. Don't gasp. There's a very light. Shush, shush, or they'll hear you all right. Don't start to bombing with those hand grenades. There's a machine gun. Ah, holy space. Alert! Gas! Put on your mask. Adjust it correctly and hurry up fast. Drop! There's a rocket from the French barrage. Quick, hit the ground quick as you can. Don't stand. Hug that floor. Don't talk no more. What do you hear? All is clear. That's clear. Have no fear. That's the light of a stroll. Then you take a patrol. Out in no man's land. Ain't it grand? Out in no man's land. So that's his song. Jim Europe wrote it. The piano accompaniment was recorded by Mr. Ian Axness. Thank you, Ian, for being paid by me to record that music. So that's music. That's the first part of what I'm doing tonight. The second part is the saw, which many of you know because it's a saw. And I can play any song in the world. And if you can comment and tell me what song I should play, now is the time to do that. You on Instagram, you have the ability to do that. You on YouTube, it doesn't seem you can. It sucks to be the one who sucks. So if you Instagram fuckers could comment the name of a song. Okay, Telephone by Beyonce, don't know it. But R.E.M., The End of the World as We Know It, I do know that one as we know it. So here we go. This is a song, you can see it. Cause you slag on the one, find love legion, everything know it's a siege. It is the end of this world because you know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the this is the end. What's next? The French, the damned French who really lost the war by being bad. What's he? Pour another little sugar on me, baby. Mama, pour some sugar on me additionally. What's next? Don't know that one. Need songs that I know. I need a song that I know. Say songs that I know, please. Chicken dance. I don't wish to be a chicken. I don't desire for being a duck. So I say I don't give a fuck. It's a traditional polka. What's next? Theme from Cheers. Everybody knows your name. And everybody plays the game. Shana-la-la-la-la-la. What's next? Fiddler on the Roof. That's an entire play. I can't do the whole thing. Who my day and night must struggle for his country, shooting at the Belgians, defend his will to live. Hymie! Hymie! Tradition. What's next? Toxic by Britney Spears. That song was written for the song that you can really tell. Baba O'Reilly. Teenage dirtbag. I'm just a teenage dirtbag. Next song. What's next? You sick? If you're sexy and you know it, and you really wish to show it, if you're sexy and you know it, raise your hand. Next, okay, so that's it for the saw. The saw is done. It costs too much per hour. It's union, nothing to be done. This is the Omnicord. It's from the future. It's brought to you by the magic of fascism. Now, this one is different. You don't name a song that exists. You name a concept, and I make up a new song about the concept. So tell me the name of a concept, and I'll make up a song. What am I singing about? What am I singing about? Say the name of a thing. Penguin, penguin, penguin. Everyone knows this word. It is one of the least successful types of bird. The penguin cannot fly. It doesn't have teeth. The penguin will die. I'll lay it a wreath. Next topic. What's next? Magic, magic, magic. It's real. It can make a new meal out of nothing. Loaves and fishes. Magic wand. Grants your wishes. Next topic. High-speed rail. Goes very fast. It will never fail. If it does, it'll be really bad because it's going fast, which is pretty rad. Only a couple more. What do we got? Dachshund. Someone said dachshund. Dachshund. German dog. They are more valuable than a collection of a pog. Pogs fell out of favor in 1999. If you don't like them, go fuck yourself. Dachshund is #1 dog. Germany is #1 country. I have to go. My name's Hymie Wilhelm. Before I go, I just have to say I had a one-man show, Hymie Wilhelm Back from the War, and it was going to be April 5th, and it has been postponed. But stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram and on Facebook as Hymie Wilhelm, and you'll know when it is. I will be live streaming more. And this is just very important to say. Stay at home, because if you come to my house, I will kill you with a hammer. Okay? If you come out of your house and to where I am, I will be flattening the curve of your skull. I'm Hymie Wilhelm. Thank you for your time. You're welcome for my time.
Hymie, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to see Hymie Wilhelm.
Thank you. Thank you.
The same thing that I experienced earlier. So it's just me and you, internet. One thing that we actually have planned for right now is to do an you're back.
I did it.
Amazing. You came just in time for intermission.
Can I pass on something from a watcher?
Yes, please.
Okay, first of all, quote, Hymie Wilhelm is giving me strong Jean Belcher vibes.
I feel
I
that.
very much enjoy. And then we had our moment about self-care and makeup as art form. And then Allison Elliott, dear friend of the show, did that today to watch our the glitter. The glitter.
That's
Anyway.
such a good look.
Thanks to friends for watching. It's nice to do something that feels normal, even if you're doing it in an unusual way. Thanks, everybody, for being here for the first half of the show. Really quickly, I'm going to take us on a little journey to the chalk wall. If this is your time to go get a refill of your drink or a snack or a time before we have our next act, now's your time to do that, audience. For now, Cameron, let's talk about our chalk wall.
Yes, please.
Is it backwards?
No, we can read it, which is cool. This is a really cool technology.
We're trying our best here. Okay. Let's... Mirroring is really hard. That's what I'm learning about this primarily. So behind me on the yellow one, we have what stimuli have caused an unexpected emotional response. We did that one. What are your must-do quarantine recipes?
Ooh.
We have the Quarantini, which is 1 part emergency, 2 part solitude, 5 part gin. We have extra strong tea. We have this was a submission from Cameran Cameran Hebb, who is one of our comedians, and I like to think it was intentional. It says muffs, muffins, and that's terrifying, and I love it. Stuff I don't usually have time to cook. Falafel is a suggestion. Just whole blocks of cheese. I did put that on there. That was me.
Oh, I love it.
So friends, if you want to interact with the chalk wall, check us out at Kraine Productions on the Instagrams. There are a couple live videos of our chalk wall, which is today the paper wall. And we'll put your stuff up here, and then we're going to take a picture of it at the end. Because even in a time of social distancing, we can still do crafts together. That's a pretty central tenet of what we do. Or comment on the YouTube video, as Brittany just reminded us. We're going to do a little more intermission, give our people a chance to get back. Cameron, do you have any outside protocol tips for the outside times? Cameron's frozen. Y'all, it's happening. Okay, so we prepared for this moment very specifically. Outside protocol tip number 1. When you're going outside, always have facial protection. This is very good facial protection. Outside tip number 2, something I actually have been trying to do but need to be better about. When you come back in, sanitize your phone, sanitize your keys, leave your shoes outside. A pro tip I saw that I very much liked for the outside times is when you're walking past somebody, instead of thinking like, oh, suspicious, give them wide berth, you mentally think, I wish you health, I wish you peace, and then you walk around. So like so, these two people are about to approach each other. And instead of being like, ugh, we're so upset, instead, they walk around respectfully, I wish you health, I wish you peace, and everybody goes on their day. Final tip would be to make sure to thoroughly wash your hands before and after contact with things, as we all know. But mostly this was just a really dumb, silly way to remember that in times of trouble, use silly teaching tools. Anyway, thanks for being with us for the first half of our show. Oh, God. The Boba Fett almost died. Thanks for being with us in times of trouble, everybody. We're going to keep it rolling with Rebecca Vineyard. Rebecca submitted a video to us of a sketch called Distance Dating, about dating in these trying times. Her suggestion is actually on the chalk wall, makeshift chalk wall, to talk about her OkCupid profile today. Asked her the question, what's the best distance date? And that seems like opportunism to me. So if you want to hit us up with suggestions for the best distance date, Cameron's, or this is the video, Cameron's home. I made it. Cameron, before we get into this video, what would be your ideal long distance date?
Ooh, that is a great question.
I thought about old-fashioned letter writing, like when people were sent away from London for the plague, like, my darling, I have not seen you for many moons. Every time I hear news from London, I think of you. That kind of stuff.
Maybe, I think, so, you know, did you ever watch, like, Dinner and a Movie, that, like, old show in the past? I think it would be really fun for you and for, like, one person and that person's date to be on FaceTime cooking the same meal together and then, like, eating the meal together and watching the same movie together. That would be a really fun distance date.
That's really sweet. And without further ado, we take you to a dystopian, not so far future with distance dating from Paper Kraine frequent collaborator Rebecca Vineyard. Bye.
Hi. Oh, sorry I'm late. Trains. Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, I've had the cup for a long time. Oh, yes, I would love one. Thank you. I'll take the Cabernet. Cheers. So, where do you grow up? Oh, they're green. See? They're green. I'm sorry. I haven't worn a bra in like 6 days. Anyway, oh yeah, the county I'm from was the original setting for Breaking Bad. So, oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. It's so quiet, like the music, and I haven't been sleeping well because of everything, and so I just, you know. Okay, hold please. Yeah, right? Just like a little more. Yeah. Oh, oh no. Oh crap, where'd you go? Oh, there you are. This is better. Oh, this is yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh shit. I see what you're saying, and like definitely you should be careful. I just think like if you've had sex with more than like 6 people, you've almost definitely fucked somebody who has herpes. It's really not that big of a deal. Remember when we all were like, 2019 has been terrible and 2020 is going to be so much better. Oh my god. There we go. Oh, cheers. Oh, you're freezing. Oh, I don't know if that's your internet or mine. This is how I'm going to spend my 30th birthday. Like, exactly this. Exactly this. I mean, not this, just like this. Let's, it's getting late. I should probably go refill my humidifier. Yeah, I had a good time too. Let's do it again soon. Yeah. One day. One day. Good night.
That made me so weirdly wistful.
I loved it. The fact that the rim of the wine glass got like completely covered in lipstick by the end. Oh, I love. Oh, so good.
That kind of is. That is how it feels. Is like someday there will be an after time, but for now, this is all we have. Also, hey, kudos to people who are. To Rebecca, thank you for sharing that video that you took the time to make and edit and do. To everybody who's out there making an art right now, I cannot tell you how much that has meant to me. One of our chalk wall prompts is comfort media you've been ingesting. And we'll share that after the show if you need a little pick-me-up. But one of the things that's been super comforting for me is people making stuff. So Cameron, in the after times, can people continue to make stuff for us?
I, in fact, actually encourage it. Please do make stuff. Also, like a cool part about this format is like, you don't have to physically be in New York. Like a lot of folks who have done Paper Crane in the past or have been like here to see it, or like new friends who are just tuning in now, like whatever you're working on, we can patch you in here, and that would be a delight.
Yeah. So to anyone who was thinking about making some art, please go to papercrane.com/submit. There will be a submissions page there for you. Hit us up on our personal Instagrams or in the Paper Crane Instagram if you have any questions. We would love to help you put forward into the world digitally or in the after times in real life an art that you've put into the world. Cameron, can I do my set change now?
Oh, yes, please. Please do a set change. Hopefully yours won't short out your computer.
You vamp. I'll get the chair and the desk. Okay, chair. Guys, I've been so excited about this. Okay, the piece is set. It has nothing to do with the next piece at all. I just wanted to use the tiny furniture.
Do you just have those? Where did you get them from?
I teach children, Cameron. What do you want from me?
That's true. That's fair.
Y'all, quarantine's been tough for everybody. We're finding the creative outlets we can. Speaking of creative outlets, I'm really overjoyed to introduce our next act. Her name is Cameran Hebb. She is an incredible comedian who is sharing with us a spoken word piece this evening that I'm really excited about, called We Still Have Words. Oh, Cameran, you beautiful angel, take us away.
Oh my God, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Yes, yes. Yeah, this piece I wrote yesterday, and it's about coping. I just hung up my phone. I had a conversation with my old life. I told it I missed it. Unrequited love for a 2-week prior existence. My phone tells me that my screen time is up this week. I want to tell my phone that it certainly hasn't peaked. Everything is streaming. My thoughts won't stop streaming. I've been in this room for a week straight looking for meaning, staring at the same four walls as I go crazy, the same white shadows as yesterday. In this secluded stretch, these walls each represent an inch that I continuously need to scratch. Front and back, left, right. These confining tapestries reflect what's folded within my mind's origami. I have made them my mandatory participants in my soliloquies, backdrops for rambling insecurities. Indeed, take heed, walls 1, 2, 3, 4 are subjected to many conversations about depths of depression, notes of obsession during this isolated vacation. Let's start with wall number 1. In front of me, I call this wall Jefferson. Jefferson. That is his name. Stern and mighty, not presidential in the way that you would think. Jefferson rarely blinks. He also barely listens until I whisper productivity. Jefferson loves productivity. Isn't that why you live in a city? I hear him say. The light bulb goes off. Jefferson scoffs at the notion of wasting time. A quarantine is an obvious lean into opportunity. The ocean is vast. Cling onto a goal-oriented raft as your lifeline, Cameran. Like, what a great time to create, woman. Isn't this what you wanted? Churn out material and professional assets. Fill your basket with scripts for Tonys and Oscars galore. Don't you want more? I mean, Jefferson sucks me in. Yeah. I'm driven. Until I look over at wall number 2, Lucy, or as I like to call her, Lou. She's sweet, chill, and groovy. Self-care, yes, queen, yes. Lucy is all about you do you. Lou looks at me and says, this unemployment madness is a time to de-stress. Get out your face mask, lay down in your bed, only get up if you want to make homemade banana bread. Girl, you are always spinning so many of those wheels. Maybe you need to take a moment to heal. Lay on that pillow with an inspirational quote. Get out your notebook and journal. Meditate, stroke the internal fire. Curl up in a blanket, read a book. Hold this crystal. Yeah, Lou is a wall that supports doing things for your health, no matter how small. Sleep, 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 repeat, repeat, repeat. Pressure is never invited when I glance over at her soothing waters. But then my head jerks over to my right. Wall number 3, Gregory. He's the loudest and the shrillest of these walls, Gregory. Gregory never goes by Greg. He's always jamming square pegs of panic into round holes of current events. Gregory is at this time, he rarely relents. Gregory is consumed with fear for the world. He is a mirror for CNN and disturbing contemplations. He looks back at me in jeopardy and wails, what is happening in our history? As numbers spike in Italy, another Pompeii running savage in 2020, we sit together crying for poverty of breath. But the ghostly lava floods this globe, scorching societies apart, wreaking havoc into the most oblivious of homes. And our human population is being vacuumed into a state of fragility, and I waver on a panic attack until I savor wall number 4, the door. Yeah, that is this wall's name, the door, because it's simple. This wall constantly reminds me that there is still a lot to be thankful for. The door knows Pandora's box has been unlatched, but remains confident to certain facts during this aftermath. Be grateful for moments, hours, days, and nights that you are still alive. Call the people that mean something to you. No one we know is fully immune. The door has little patience for my financial woes. It says, are you all right? Are the people you love still all right? Others aren't winning this fight. The hospitals are far from okay, so be thrilled to see these walls every day. Every single day. Jefferson, Lou, Gregory, the door. We are finding out who chooses to be drafted in this war. of empathy. So, who's with me? I pledge allegiance to my sofa for the United States of America, and for this republic, I'll stay inside reading or Netflixing with safety and empathy for all. So cheers as we answer our call and continue to daily bounce off the same walls. Be safe.
Yay! Oh, I loved that.
Oh, Cameron made me cry. That was Cameran Hebb, everybody. For those of you who tuned in, I'm going to go through the exercise of naming my walls and being grateful for my doors, and I'm probably going to cry again. Cameron, it's time for something that's not crying. It's time to unwrap our little treats to ourselves.
Oh, yes. Okay, so me and Lizzie were talking about how we both are trying to like find little ways to treat ourselves. Like, oh, this candle is here and it's nice. So, yeah. Things like that. And something that we both ended up landing on independently of each other. We were like, we've been like making little treats and then wrapping them up for ourselves as like little treats to have throughout the like days.
I've started hiding stuff from myself for specifically this reason, so that when I'm already pretty forgetful. So I was in a bad mood earlier after trying to work on Skype with a student, and I was like, oh God, I just want. And then I remembered the Trader Joe's almond cookies that I had left and hid from myself in the tallest drawer in my pantry. And I felt so much better. So, in that spirit, may I present my little treat to myself?
Yes, please. I gotta know what it is.
So, it can be things that you already have around your house. Like, I have been in, like, sometimes I forget to burn a candle that I have, and then it's there. Or, like, sometimes it's about putting, like, a couple extra unsalted peanuts in my curry. Today, I never get flowers. I just don't do it. And weirdly, at my bodega, I've seen a ton of people buying flowers. Like a ton. Maybe because spring's back, they're stocking them again. But it made me super happy to watch like 8 or 10 people walking out of the same bodega line with these. It was real nice.
Hell yeah, I love that.
What's your little treat to yourself?
Mine was a little treat that I did literally wrap, and it was peanut butter cookies, because something that I was like thinking about, this was actually an Iron Chef experience. I was like looking at my pantry and I was like, I really need like a sweet treat right now, but like all I have is like peanut butter and sugar and eggs, just like my mom taught me when I was a kid. And so I made peanut butter cookies. The link, the recipe is on my Instagram if anybody is interested. They're really good, and I really recommend. A nice way to treat yourself. So
highly. Cheers to treating yourself.
Yeah.
Treat yourself, treat somebody else. I've seen a couple people on the Venmoing each other like $5 and being like, do something nice. Or trying to reach out and do something kind. That's been a big takeaway of all this, is even in really tough times, people have been reaching out to try to do good for others, especially people who are struggling, as I think we all are trying to do good things for others. So if you're out there and feeling like doing something good for other humans, I think that's really lovely, especially in times of calamity and panic. Without further ado, we're going to depart, sort of, from calamity and panic and go to another near dystopian future with Paper Kraine. Again, used to be Usual Suspect, then they moved to Michigan, and now we can broadcast them from Michigan.
Someone I would describe as an absolute icon.
Oh my gosh, truly. Gray Grant, the one, the only, did the most impactful piece the Paper Kraine has ever had in our history. PM us about it later.
Hello.
Hello, Gray. We are going to head to Gray Grant with Rona drones, I still believe it's called.
Isolation drones. It's a little less,
Isolation drones. Take it away, Gray.
Thank you. All right. I have potatoes. It has nothing to do with the piece, but it's a callback, because we love humor.
Love it.
Hi, I'm great. It's been such a long time. Yeah, it's been over a year since I've done a Kraine piece. As they just said, I once lived in New York, and now I'm back to Michigan. Um, Mainly because as much as I loved living in New York and I loved all the energy, I really desired, like my queer little heart just yearned to live in the middle of nowhere among the farmers. Yeah, I lived like in a soy field, essentially, in a farmhouse. And the farmhouse was lovely. Everything was painted in muted tones. We had dried bouquets of flowers hanging up on the walls. We cooked everything in cast iron pans. We made mead out of honey and dirt and sticks. It was great. Though I will say, in the winter, it did. The polar vortex happened, and I had to leave my house because the pipes froze, and I ended up on a couch with a friend, and we ended up cuddling and listening to minimalist classical drone music, and then a lot of sexual tension arose, and yeah, it's great. I love the Midwest. Yeah, but I'm really, I haven't really changed much. Though I will say, back in New York, um, I would get super wasted because I didn't have a car. Like I have to have one here. And whenever I would get super wasted, I would speak in a really awful New York accent, which I will not replicate for you right now. However, now that I'm in the wonderful land of Michigan, um, whenever I get drunk, I kind of just make a 7-layered casserole and then politely deliver it to the back porch of my neighbors to help them through the loss of their dog Charlie. So that's really this, besides that, not much else. I still compose, I'm still writing drone music, and I'm going to play for you some drone music now. And yeah, it's gonna be super lovely. Thanks for being here, y'all. It's a weird time. Please enjoy. I am all alone. I am all alone. I am all alone in this world. I am all alone in this world. You know, I'm sorry, I just um um when I have to do something real quick. Sorry, I just 1 second.
Oh, I'm on screen.
So everyone, that piece had a different ending, but the running outside was intentional. Earlier during tech, which we did have, Gray tested the limits of their wireless connection to their home, and we got a lot further, I feel.
We did, yeah.
And this time, there was something kind of artistic and beautiful about that last Blair Witch running through the woods.
The feeling of longing behind it was so beautiful.
There was longing, there was release and escape. There was still daylight there. That was Gray Grant, everybody, taking us to the wilds of Michigan. I also love the comment about love the Midwest, love the cuddling, love the tension. If you have enjoyed this show, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't just show us some love, but please, 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 if you have the ability right now, indie spaces in New York are going to be struggling for a while and hurting because of the shutdown, as we all are to an extent. So please, please, please check out frigid.nyc/donations. If you are able to do so at this time, it would mean the world to us. We're able to do shows all the time because of them, and tonight's show was free. So if you were going to pay $5 for a ticket, hit Frigid with that donation. Cameron, before we go, a good night from all of us, but mostly from Heartbreak Baker, Tessa Flannery. Just a quick content warning for folks at home. There is some intimations of non-consent in this last piece. So take care of yourselves and then join us after the show to say goodbye. This is Heartbreak Baker, everybody.
Soul grief. Broken heart. My flatmate shouting on the phone in German and me standing over the stove thinking, it's gas and there's no children to worry about or cleaner to come here and find me. Maybe I'll get a tattoo instead. I hear that's a pain that can distract for a time. But like romantic love, it can be addictive, and soon I'll be covered head to toe like I covered myself in your secrets and displeasure. Maybe I'll take up climbing and hang from cliff edges. teetering on the sky-adjacent brink, wondering who'll miss me. Will you be waiting for me when I come back down? The gentlest you ever were with me was when we were pretending it was assault. I had a moment where I wanted to kiss you so badly. You were complaining, and I thought, God, it'd be easy to shut you up. I mean, we know already that my mouth fits on yours. Your lips search for mine, but all these people are looking.
Some macaron ASMR to end our stream. That was Heartbreak Baker, everybody, from Tessa Flannery, who made heart-shaped macarons and give us something really raw and vulnerable and good. If you too are dealing with heartbreak or feeling some big feelings that are hard to navigate, truly, this is not a joke. About 70% of the impulse to do this live stream came from knowing that we have a lot of folks in the Kraine community who've been contributing artists for almost 5 years. If you're having a hard moment and you need genuinely anything, please reach out to us. We would be so, so happy to talk about how we can help support you financially, emotionally, psychologically. The only way we're going to get through this big, weird moment as a society is together. And art makes me feel like that's a little more possible, whether it's running, screaming into the woods, making a baked good, or naming your walls. From all of us here at Paper Kraine, thanks so much. I think we have a goodbye if Paul can manage it on the stream.
Oh, let's do like a little curtain call. Let's have like everybody from Act One come out and like wave.
I love that. A big thanks to Paul Purvine, who not only is our usual technical director and co-producer, but who found StreamYard for us and has been behind the scenes pulling the strings and putting us on and off screen. Thank you to Paul. We really appreciate everything you do for the show. Thanks, Act One. That was Tessa Flannery with Heartbreak Baker. Go check her out. She's selling beautiful photos right now. Go to the photos. Thank you so much to Ashley Rogers with the toaster problem. Skelliot couldn't be here. They wish they could. Thank you to Bráulio Cruz. Go check out Braulio's album that's streaming. Thank you to the Zabar family.
We're live.
Thank you so much, Act One. Go check out Hymie Wilhelm's other work. Hymie will have a show in the after times. Go check that out. Now we have our Act Two friends. Go check us out at Paper Kraine Productions. Go show these artists some love. They're all on our Facebook. Thank you to Rebecca Vineyard for sharing her video. Thank you to Cameran Hebb for the comedy. Well, I mean, spoken word. I'm going to think about my walls very differently now. Thank you to of nature.
Hello.
Great.
Thanks, y'all. It is. Michigan's great.
That's our takeaway. Michigan's great. Cameron, any last words before we dip for the night?
Thank you to Paul. Thank you to Brittany. Two peer champions out there. And also, thank you to you, Lizzie.
Thank you, Cameron. As I told Cameron earlier today in a moment of authenticity, I've been having a real hard time, and doing this thing has made me feel not only more normal, it's helped me to remember that there are a lot of humans out there that are doing a good thing and helping each other. And that's how we get through it. Hit us up at Paper Kraine Productions on the Instagrams. Go give your love to Frigid New York. That's again, frigid.nyc/donations.
And thank you also to you, the audience, for tuning in. And that same invitation goes for you. Like, hit us up if you need somebody to talk to, or like a shoulder to cry on, or like somebody to make paper mache with you long distance. We're here for you.
Cameron's very good at crafts. Really do hit him up about paper mache. We love you very much. Take care.